so let's talk about carves and cones. So carves and cones is something that is a pretty basic motion throughout color guard choreography and technique, where you just do a circle above the head and a circle below the feet. And obviously, like, not too crazy hard. It's just more about getting that motion smooth and not having anything weird happening with the body as you're doing the cones or carves. So we're gonna start here with that right hand on the tab. Tab is where my flag meets the pole, and then my left hand's gonna be right at that cap. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna shoot straight forward on count 1. So now my left hand is gonna go to my belly button, and my right hand actually went straight forward, kind of as far as it can go, and I'm completely straight with that arm. Left hand's right on the belly button. So again, I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. And you wanna hit that as quick and as strong as possible. So you don't want it to be here. You want it to be 5, 6, 7, and quick. And you wanna squeeze those muscles in those arms as you go to it. From here, you're gonna pull the flag across the body and then straight back. And now that left arm is gonna go straight out of the shoulder. It's slightly lower than the shoulder, just slightly. And that right hand's bent slightly above the head, just like that. So again, I was at that count 1, and I go around on 5. So I go 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold 6, 7, 8. From here I go flat in front of my face, and it goes straight down. So now that left hand is right above the head, and that right hand is pushing forward in front of that belly button, just like that. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cross right here, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now I uncross on that bottom. So notice that I'm able to see at the camera, or look at the camera through my arm, and now my right hand is crossed under, and it's kind of that shoulder hip, just opposite. So as if I was starting here, but those hands are just opposite on that flag. And now notice too, at my feet, that it's just gonna pass right by my feet. It's obviously not gonna go through my ankles. It's gonna be a little small carve right in front of the feet, in front of me. So that first 16, I go 5 and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is slow right here. Cool. Now from here, I do the same thing in 2s, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slow it down, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, stop. Cool. When I start personally and I start doing my carves, I start with a bent elbow. I know a lot of people like to do straight elbow, so if you do that at your school, your organization, or you go to somewhere that does do a straight arm, like I did straight arm at Blue Devils when we started carves, then that's totally fine. Just make sure you know that there are 2 options available when you start. So now you're doing those 2s all the way through. Now from here, you're gonna do it in 1s. So every single count that you hit before in 4s and 2s, you're gonna hit every single count. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, stop there. Cool. And then that's basically the entire exercise. Is you have 3 16s, you have 1 time in 4s, 1 time in 2s, or sorry, 2 times in 2s, and then 4 times in those 1s. So let's do the whole right side. We go 5 and 6, and 5, 6 in 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6 I squeeze. From here I'm gonna push that straight forward. I'm gonna slide my right hand all the way down to the cap. Then my left hand is gonna slide up the flag, all the way back into tab, and I'm gonna bring it back. So now as I slide, I'm gonna actually look down. So I'm gonna go 1 and 2. I'm gonna pull it in on 3 and 4. Keep that head down, and then I'm gonna look up and pop performance up on that count. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm gonna be starting on the other side. So again, I go 5 and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Push 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, stop right there. Cool. So on the left side, same exact thing. Right hand's gonna go to belly button, left hand's gonna shoot straight forward. So you can kind of see that left hand is straight forward, out of my shoulder, right hand's right at the belly button. Try not to lean forward with this one. That is a very common thing to do. Make sure that you are up tall and stacked with that body. So again, I went 5, 6, 7, 8, hit 1. Now from here, I do that same cross along my body. Notice I can still see myself under my arm, and then I push it to the back. And now my right arm is pushing out from the shoulder, again, slightly below it, not crazy low, and not up here, but just slightly. and that left hand is gonna be right above that head. So I went from 1, I went 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5. So now from here, I'm gonna do that same flat in front of my face, and I push it straight forward, and now that left arm is straight out, and it's again slightly lower. That right hand is right in front of the face. And if I didn't have a hat on, I should be able to just look up and see my hand immediately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, slice 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I just finish out this carve, 3rd, 4, and 5th, 6th. And I lock on that count 15. So it's soft, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then I hold on 16. Let's do all of that left side in 4s, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Now I do it in 2s. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th. Awesome. And then same exact thing as the other side. I hit every single count in those ones to make it smooth. So I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, now 6. And then same thing as the other side. I'm gonna push it straight across. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4 with that head down. And I'm gonna look up on 5, 6, stop right there. Awesome. So just make sure as you're going through carves, you really do want to get this cross. That's honestly like one of the biggest things about the exercise is you really want to get used to your arms crossing your body, but centered, not doing this or doing this. As you spin, you want it perfectly centered. And you can also imagine as you're spinning, if you have a third tape, so these are my little thirds or cheater tapes as some people call them. So I'm looking at this tape right here, and you can kind of notice that as I do my carves, it kind of stays in the same general area. So it's all staying like in between like my chin and this like little print on my shirt. So you can kind of see as I do the carve, it stays in that same area. So that's kind of your way to check, because you also don't want this to be happening with your carve here and low to where you're hitting the ground. You want it to stay pretty consistent throughout. There's really no level changes as it exercise. So now let's go ahead and do a full run of it. So we have obviously 4s, 2s, and 1s on the right side, then the transition, 4s, 2s, and 1s on the left side, then the transition, and then you're done. So let's try it. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4, and 5th, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6, push 1, 2, 3, and 4, look up, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, hit 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4, and 5th, 6, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4, 5th. Squeeze, look down, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, stop right there. Awesome, so that's carves and cones, or carves or cones, whatever you choose to call it. I know some people call it like lampshades, some people call it around the body, some people call it so many different things. It's whatever you please. Just obviously focus on those details, make sure you know exactly how to do the carves. And like I told you, there's gonna be 2 different methods with that bent elbow or that straight elbow. So make sure you kind of know both. So if I start with that straight elbow, it's gonna be the exact same thing Same thing with the bent elbow, it's just kind of a starting position preference. Not really crazy important to the overall exercise, but it'll be important to staying clean with your group or your team, whoever you march with. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and send me a message on Instagram. Thanks.